Our story starts here. You see, back in the early 20th century, the creation of the modern-day department store began with the mail-order catalog. It was famously associated with Sears, although other stores such as Montgomery Ward also had their own mail-order catalogs. These catalogs sold everything, ranging from clothing to cars to even entire houses.
Well, department stores were a big deal growing up. Either going in town, Philadelphia, to the department stores or going to the big malls. They all had big department stores. Especially around the holidays, they were always a big deal, a lot of shopping. That's where we went primarily for clothes, shoes. Those were the center of our shopping experiences.
1994. Enter Amazon. Amazon was able to revolutionize the entire retail landscape by enabling the ability to order stuff online with a press of a button. This was unprecedented. Before that, people had to physically go out and get to the store so that they can buy whatever they wanted. Now, that was no longer necessary. You can now buy anything, at any time, anywhere. That's where the downfall of the department store truly begins. Beginning in 2008, the US faced a great recession. Banking firms went bankrupt, the housing bubble popped, and people were getting laid off from their jobs. It wasn't as bad as the Great Depression in the 20s per se, but it was still pretty bad. Eventually the economy turned around and the world mostly recovered. While the 2008 recession was bad, it would later prove itself to be a test run for what would soon come. Mid-2010s, get ready for the retail apocalypse. Now there are a ton of stores that are closing, a lot of the retail footprint, or even just flat out filing for bankruptcy. For the latter, not many exited out of bankruptcy alive. This can be attributed to the main factor of online shopping. It's just too convenient for people to leave out of their seats to go anywhere anymore.
I'll purchase from online, Amazon, or even eBay, but I'll also buy at stores like Target, Kohl's. Not too many big box stores around anymore. Maybe a Walmart, belong to Costco. Those are the kind of purchases we do today.
An additional factor includes the fact that retail stores themselves aren't just as interesting as they used to be. They're all just options now to the regular consumer because they have been struggling to compete with our ever-changing society. As of 2020, the future for these department stores look grim. From the recent trends over the past few years, it looks like physical retail is fighting a lost battle. There are some retailers who have been making an effort to turn around, such as Best Buy, but many others, such as Sears, are doing little to nothing to revitalize themselves.
Online has hurt them, for one thing. Having big footprints in the malls, which were expensive to have those stores. People don't necessarily go out and shop the malls anymore. More people buying online. I think that's hurt them. Oversaturation. Being a store that carries a lot of different products is a very expensive venture. High cost of inventory and employees. I think they're gone. You're not going to see department stores in the traditional sense that you used to see them in malls. They used to be anchor stores in malls. Most of those department stores are going to be weeded out. Maybe there'll be a few chains left, but the majority of those stores will probably close.
It's possible for some of these retailers to bounce back, but will they succeed? What will the future hold for these stores? We can't say for sure. Ultimately, it's possible that they will depart from the consumer market, losing what was once perhaps an American staple in the retail industry.